What it do, everybody? It's your boy, King Crowder, back again with another historical lesson that was never taught to us about the complex and the entire story of U.S. history. Today's lesson is going to focus in on the coup that happened in Wilmington, North Carolina. A coup is when some powers within a state overthrow the government. White supremacists in 1898 completely overthrew the government that was established in Wilmington, North Carolina. The reason why the government got overthrown is because due to Reconstruction, black leaders took houses in the government, the mayor, and other political powers. They were establishing the great place of Wilmington, North Carolina, building it and developing, and when the white supremacists in that area got upset because they began to see blacks securing their freedom. It happened on November 10th, 1898, when it was a rumor falsely said that a white person was murdered by the black citizens of that town. The propaganda spread it, and with many whites from around the surrounding areas really started to persecute this black thriving town. Almost a lynch mob and of 2,000 white men came into this government city of a black city. They began burning, shooting, lynching, and killing an estimated 300 black people. Think about this. You live in a town, you have no idea why people are coming. It is a normal day. With that normal day, you are out with your friends and family, and you see random people come into your town and begin shooting at once. This is what happened when people's homes were built. People were shot down in the middle of the street, and political organizations began to overthrow this industry. When they overran this government entity, you must understand it was mostly the Southern Democrat Party who led this. They removed the mayor, the governor, and all dictatorships out of power. You must understand, think of the mayor right now in your city being overthrown and thrown out. And you have people that said, this is the new mayor now. This is the new laws. And if you want to stay here, this is the laws you will have to abide by. This happened in America's history in the great state of North Carolina. Nobody knew what was forcibly happening, but all we knew is that this thriving town that was going in a black community began to get struck by white terrorists who did not know what was going on. The mayor was prospering, they began to get modern educational systems, and it was a town of over 10,000 black Americans. They were mostly professionals and a thriving middle-class community. Most people have to realize that this time in the South, black people were mostly a part of the Republican power who believed in ownership, family, and smart resources. They had the police, clerks, superintendents, and had ownership and financial power. For example, the Bay Community always built the civilized capital. So Johnson, other people residents in this area were attacked, it was completely out of shock. Think about this for another example. Over 5,000 people that lived in this town were completely displaced. Think about if you had a home one day and the next minute it was gone. Think about the emotional trauma, the instability, the complete shockness you would have of a place you grew up in was completely gone based off a lie and off white resentment. White resentment is something that we understudy in the told story of U.S. history. The lower economic levels did not place any political backlash or police activity. They literally murdered, killed, and destroyed these residents in a first coup attempt. We must teach history, the story, on how in this country, yes, we have had a successful coup attempt. In this part, we had murder, arson, political terrorism, propaganda, theft, and flat out stealing of people's properties. The victims never got paid. They never got compensated. And all of their political leaders just had to leave. This period is a dark spot in the nadir of American race relation of U.S. history. This should be showed in all of North Carolina's times, Virginia, and all part of the South's history. It is an absolute tragedy that happened, that the successful coup attempt of Wilmington, North Carolina is still a black eye on the U.S. story. I'm here to teach you about things that we never knew and make sure you're aware of the history that we are never taught. It's your boy King Crowder checking back out. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you find something very informative. I want to thank you for subscribing and listening to the channel. Hopefully you learned something today, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy. I'm checking out.